Well, we are gathered here today to find out, am I just being cheap for skipping the Princess Plus package, or am I being a wise and savvy traveler? Well, let's talk about it. So, I'm going to go into what the Princess Plus package covers, what the price of it is when you pay for the package, what you would pay individually for all the items if you didn't get the package, and what I'm going to need on this trip. Now, to be fair, budget is quite a big important thing for this trip because this cruise is actually a free cruise. It is my see you soon offer that I won in the casino on the Enchanted Princess. I actually walked away with $83 on that sailing, so I actually didn't put any money out of pocket to get this cruise. Now, I did have to pay port fees and taxes plus a $200 deposit that comes back to my account as onboard credit when I get on board the ship. And now I can use that onboard credit for anything that I like. I can use it for my gratuities. I can use it for my Wi-Fi. I can use it to gamble in the casino by charging back to my room. So that money is mine to do with. So basically, I'm only out of pocket port fees and taxes at this point. Now, I will have to pay gratuities regardless, but I have the choice of paying the other things. Like nothing else is required for me to pay for. And I'm sailing out of a port that's pretty close to home, so I don't really have a lot of transportation costs, and I'm not going to have any parking. I'm just going to have pet sitting services is really my only other big expense. So when I sat down and took a look at the Princess Plus package and saw what it offered and saw the price and realized that I really wasn't going to get the value out of it on this sailing, and I just decided that I'm going to purchase everything that I need individually. But I'm also going to tell you how the Princess Captain's Circle is actually going to be saving me some money because of my tier status. So let's get right into the Princess Plus package. Well, and how much does it cost? And then we'll go over what it includes and then how much those items would cost if you paid for them individually. Now, I've got some notes. So, a pre cruise, that means if you purchase the Princess Plus package 96 hours or more in advance, you're going to get it for $65 per day per night of the cruise. And you do need to purchase it for the first and second person in your cabin. For the third or fourth or fifth person, they do have the option of opting out of it, but they cannot choose to purchase the Princess Premier package, which I'm not going to cover that package because that's not something that I would even consider purchasing myself. But on the Sun and the Star ships, you would need to pay $70 per person per night. Now, if you do end up purchasing the package less than 96 hours in advance, you are going to pay $5 more per person per night for the package. Now, let's just kind of start with the base package of 7 nights at $65. Now, that comes to $455 per person, which can add quite a bit to your trip, especially for me when all I'm paying is port fees and taxes, and I think those were maybe $200. I'll get the exact amount and put that up on the screen for you. Now, the Princess Plus package does include drinks, and you get 15 drinks per day. Now, those are cocktails, wines, beer, spirits, fountain drinks, zero alcohol cocktails, and those can be valued up to $15 each, and you get 15 per day is your maximum that you'll be served. Now, if you do go over the $15 limit per item, you will be charged the difference. It does include specialty coffees and teas, and those are unlimited. So that's something that's really good about the package is they don't limit those items. However, bottled water up to 500 milliliters is included, but it is limited at 12 bottles per day. On the Princess's website, it does say that canned soda is not included in the package. I have heard reports that some people have managed to get canned soda at no additional cost, but because I don't drink soda, it is not something that I have personally tried myself. So I'm not saying that you can do it. I just did hear some people tell me that they were able to get the soda, but you had to go to the right place to get them. The package also includes casual dining, and each person that purchases the package gets 4 meals at the casual dining restaurants. Now, those restaurants could include Alfredo's, Gigi's Pizzeria, O'Malley's Irish Pub, Ocean Terrace or Kai Sushi, the Salty Dog Gastropub, Plank's Barbecue, Steamers, and Vines. And Vines is wine and charcuterie. Now, I did eat at O'Malley's and I did eat at Gigi's Pizzeria, but because I have a shellfish allergy, I did not end up eating at the Ocean Terrace. I did sit with someone while they ate and they did really enjoy it. But those casual dining restaurants would be included and you would get four of those and you could repeat them. You don't have to eat at all four different ones. You can eat four times all at the same one if you like. Now, it also does include the Ocean Now delivery fee that you would pay if you use the service. Now, that is a one-time fee, but it does not include the cost of any food that has an extra charge. So just be mindful of that. It includes the delivery fee, but not the actual food that costs extra money. And the only time that I used it, to be honest, everything was an additional fee. There wasn't anything for free. And maybe that had to do with the time of evening that I was ordering. It was really late, maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock p.m. And I was sitting in the piazza just enjoying the ambiance and music. It also does include the room service delivery fee, but it doesn't cover the cost of any food that is extra. There is food on the room service menu that is included, but it is a very limited room service menu. But this is not the little card that you put on your door for the continental breakfast, as they kind of call it. This is really for the room service menu, which you can find on your phone, you can find on the TV, and you can actually order straight through your phone. You don't have to pick up the phone in the room to do it. You can just order through the app. But there were quite a few things that did have an additional charge, but there were probably about 50% of the items that didn't have an additional cost. It also includes the Wi-Fi. It is called the Medallion Net, and it is supposed to allow you to text, share, stream, video, and chat with their highest performing Wi-Fi. I think it did okay for streaming video as far as like watching YouTube. It did not do okay as far as uploading videos to YouTube, and it did not do okay for live stream. So just be mindful of that the Princess Plus does include their highest level of internet service that they have available, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it does what it does on land. And be mindful too that they do use a cell phone blocker. So the minute that you step on board, your data service is going to be blocked and you're not going to be able to use your own Wi-Fi from land. Like if you had a data package, it's just going to immediately go out and it will block any routers or amplifiers or hotspots that you have in your room. And the last item that it covers is going to be the crew appreciation. It covers the tips for the crew that take care of you. Now, let's talk about what is the value of all of these things if you had to purchase them individual. So let's start right with the drinks. Now, if you purchased 5 drinks at $15 per day, and that's just maybe on the low end, it depends on whether it's alcoholic or you get lots of teas or coffees during the day or bottled water. Now, bottled water is only a couple of dollars, but still, it all adds up. And let's just say that you average $75 per day in drinks times 7 nights. That's going to be $525. So you can see how you can save a good amount of money by getting the package if you are going to use that many beverages. Now for myself, when I added up what I think I'm going to need in bottled water, because honestly, that is the only thing that I drink. I don't drink anything else that they offer on the beverage package. So I think that I'm only going to need probably about $36 in bottled water when I'm on the ship, because I do drink the water in the buffet, I do drink the water in the dining room, and I will have a refillable water bottle with me that I can take back to my room. But I also have the benefit that I'm going to be gambling in the casino. And once I hit 1,500 points, which probably will take me a day or two to get to, then I get free drinks in the casino, which also does include bottled water. So I can go up to the casino bar and ask them for bottled water and then take that back to my room in case I need it. So the next items on the list, the casual dining. So I'm going to estimate that those meals are worth about $30 per person. So if you have $30 times 4, that's about $120 that someone's going to invest in casual dining. But to be fair, honestly, on my last cruise, I really didn't have time for the casual dining. I was with a group and I was also trying to film for my YouTube channel, and we had port days nearly every day. So it really didn't leave a lot of room for casual dining, especially since I was sailing with a bunch of other people. it was really difficult to get into casual dining. So I only ended up using two of mine while I was on my trip. And to be fair, I don't think I would end up using them again on the upcoming trip because I didn't think that the casual dining restaurants were anything special or anything really above what the dining room or the buffet had to offer. So I'm giving myself a big fat $0 for spending on casual dining. Now, the Ocean Now delivery fee, now that is $14.99. So if you had to pay for that because you didn't get it in the package, it would be $14.99 and it is a one-time fee. Now, I am not going to use the Ocean Now delivery on this upcoming trip because I found it so unreliable and frustrating that I don't think it was worth using. I don't think it's worth me paying that when I can just get up and go to the International Cafe. I can go to the buffet and get much better options. And if I really want, I can pay the room service fee and have pretty much the same food delivered to my cabin. Now, the room service, the Princess Plus package does cover the room service fee, which is $5 per order if you're not just doing the little continental breakfast card that you stick out on the door. So I'm estimating that maybe you would use it 5 times, and that would be a value of $25. Now, for myself, I probably will end up using it and I'll pay the $5. So I'm going to say that I'm going to estimate that I'm going to get room service about 5 times, and that's going to cost me $25. Now, the Wi-Fi. So this is where my Princess Captain Circle savings is really going to come into play. Now, the Medallion Net Wi-Fi is $24.99 per day. So it's times 7 days. The normal package price is $174.93. But I get a discount of 50% because I have hit the platinum level. Now that will save me $12.53 per day, and I'm going to end up paying $87.50 for my 7-night package. So I think that's an excellent savings for me to use that Princess Circle savings instead of getting the Medallion Net in the Princess Plus package. So the last item that's included in the Princess Plus package is the crew appreciation. Now that is valued at $18 per day times 7 nights, which is $126. And that would be the value that's included in the package, and that is what I will have to be paying out of pocket because I'm not getting the package. So let's get right to all of the numbers. So we know that the Princess Plus package would cost $455 for my sailing of 7 nights. Now, if I add up all the amounts that I gave you for all of the package items, if you paid for them kind of at the suggested rate that I think that you might be using them, that comes up to $985.92. So if you got the package and you used it at that rate, you would save $530.92. So that is an incredible savings, but you would have to be making sure that you're eating all 4 casual dining and you're getting 5 drinks a day that are valued up to $15. But because I don't drink alcohol, I don't drink coffee, teas, sodas, or juices, I only drink water. I'm not interested in the casual dining on this trip. I'm not interested in using the Ocean Now delivery. When I add up all the items that I would use, which was the $36 for bottled water, the $25 for room service, the $87.50 for the Wi-Fi, and the $126 for the internet package, that comes up to a total of $274.50. So I end up saving $180.50 by doing this on my own versus having the Princess Plus package. Now, do I agree that having the Princess Plus package is more convenient? Absolutely, because you just don't have to think about these things, right? You can go to dinner and you can get juice with your dinner if you like. You can get your alcoholic drinks that you want. You can use the Ocean Now delivery. You can order from room service and not have to worry about the fee that you're going to have to pay. You don't have to worry about the extra charge for gratuities like I'm going to get on my bill before I go. And you don't have to worry about the Wi-Fi because per person that purchases it, each of you get one device covered on the Wi-Fi. But for someone like me who is really working on a budget here and doesn't drink alcohol and doesn't really want to use the casual dining restaurants, I think it's worthwhile saving the $180 that I'm going to keep in my pocket instead of purchasing the package. Now, like I said, that's not going to be the most convenient option for everybody. So I'd love to hear, like, what are your thoughts on the Princess Plus package? Is it something that you've used? Is it something that you would use again? Or am I just being downright cheap because I don't want to spend the extra money? Oh, I want to thank you for stopping in. This has been Amy from If You Seek Amy K, where I love cruising, I love gambling on the cruise ships, and saving tons of money on my future cruises. You should check out some of those videos. They're pretty fantastic. I have saved well over $10,000 by doing this, and I need to make sure that I put out another summary video to include this upcoming cruise that I'm going on. And thanks again for stopping in. And I hope to see you out there on the high seas. So happy sailing, and I'll see you in the next one.